Hi everyone, Dr. Niti here. I'm the author of this book, Project Love, Lifestyle Optimization Victoriously Established. Today we're going to be talking about different kind of diets and GMO. A lot of you probably heard about GMOs, genetically modified organisms, but most of you probably question, what does that mean and why do I have to care? So genetically modified organisms are the engineering produce that made by the engineer integrate the plant genome with the genome of bacteria that produce toxin. The genius said that they do that so that the plant won't get eaten by the bugs. Therefore, they don't need to use pesticides because the plant is toxic. But who's eating that? You, me. So on top of that, these super plant is actually also tolerate the weed killer called glyphosate or Roundup. And glyphosate was made to be antibiotics originally. So therefore, GMOs will contain at least two toxins, the bacterial toxin plus Roundup or glyphosate chemical. And that's probably why we have so much issues with wheat and soy, which 95% GMO in the US. And the reactions that come from that, I'm one of them that have issues with those grain, and it took me a while to figure that out actually. If you read my story back in 2008, there's several chronic issues I have to endure, and by not eating those things, the symptoms go away, and many people have experienced some symptom getting better by not eating that. And then you might want to think about, you heard paleo diet, right? Paleo is no grains diet, but are all grains bad? You know, some people think that wheat is actually healthy grain, you know. However, because of the GMO situation here, that may not be good for you. Again, you have to listen to your body and get the feedback. Everybody's different. The idea is that paleo is that you take off all grains, but I think part of it is because some of these grains are GMOs, so by taking off, some people feel better. Some people also not doing good on that because grain also give you carb, and carb give you a sense of pleasure and relaxation, the sense of comfort that sometimes we do need. Plus the burst of energy, like if you're about to go for a run or you're going to go run marathon, you definitely need to have some carb before. However, these bursts of energy with the glucose release also trigger insulin release. The insulin release, when you are chronically eating a lot of carbohydrate, especially unrefined, more like less complex carbohydrate, like sugary drink, soda, or juice, the insulin being triggered all the time can set you up to be pre-diabetic or diabetic. And that is what the situation that we're in right now. The CDC predict in 2010 that 1 or 2 or more of Americans will be diabetic or pre-diabetic by the year 2020, and here we are, 2020. However, another thing to remember is also that carb is also equivalent to crave. Because of the insulin go ups and down, that can also trigger craving. And by craving, it make you eat more. You know, just like in the cup of non-fat yogurt, a lot of time it's 240 calories per cup because they have to put this jam in the bottom to make it taste good, because guess what? Fat gives flavor. When there's no fat, there's no flavor. We'll talk about a little bit about fat. Fat is full and flavor. Remember that. So fat give you the sense of satiety, the fullness. Plus, fat make things taste good. However, the genius also back in the 90s say that, hey, fat is like, 9 calories per gram compared to carb or protein, which is only 4 calories per gram. But they forgot to think about these two factors, feeling full and, give the flavor. So the company, when they sell these low-fat, non-fat stuff, they compensate by adding more carb, more sugar to it to make it taste good. Otherwise, no one's going to keep buying them. And that, I believe, set us up to this diabetic epidemic we're in right now from the 90s of low-fat era. So fat gives you the sense of fullness. However, again, it's about being in balanced diet. You're not going to eat, all fat and not other things. But then that probably make you think of keto diet. Keto diet does work because it creates ketotic situation. When you are in ketotic balance in the body, two things happen. The way you utilize the energy change. You burn more fat, plus your satiety, your sense of hunger is much less. So you actually don't feel like eating. Like if you're dehydrated for a while, your body set into ketotic as well. And you will have less and less appetite. So you could even starve yourself for a while. And studies show actually all diets work. However, would that work for you long term? That's why yo-yo diet is such a common practice. And then it becomes a loop that is like never ending. The other day I have a mom coming into the clinic and she was like, oh, I was on keto diet, I lost 15 pounds, but don't look at me now. I gained them right back. I haven't said a word. She finished everything within that, 20-second, 3 sentences. And I thought to myself, why? Keto diet was not easy. There also may be side effect with high fat, with the cardiovascular outcome. And then you gain right back. You back to square one after all that pain that you went to. You may be able to wear a bikini for like 2 weeks or something, and then another thing is hard on the body because the fluctuation in the body make the homeostasis in the body change. And when that change, your body has to adjust. It's a well-known fact in medical community that patients that have higher level of sugar than ideal compared to patients that have wide fluctuation of sugar, good sometimes, bad sometimes, go up and down like this. The patients that have widely fluctuation of blood sugar actually have more complications with the eyes and kidney sooner and worse than patients that maybe have less than ideal sugar level, but have less fluctuation, more stable. Another thing that I want to touch on is protein. Then you may ask, okay, protein is also 4 grams, similar to a 4 calorie per gram, just like carb. Protein also gives some sense of satiety. Protein is a part of our frame, of our body, even our DNA, and your enzymes, which is very crucial to your metabolism, for your body to maintain its regulation and your hormone. You need that. By the way, another thing that affects your hormone is also fat is a part of the precursor of your sex hormone. So without that, that can mess up as well. So protein will give you some sense of fullness, doesn't trigger insulin. However, protein also, is not fiber, so it cannot counteract the carb absorption. And too much protein can also overburden on your kidney, and it will make calcium get pulled out from your bone when you eat too much. The good amount would be about the size of your palm a day. And so therefore, I really am an advocate for a balanced diet. Just think about if you stand on one foot, how long can you do that? At some point, the other foot gonna have to come down. You're not gonna be walking on one foot all day long, like jumping, right? And by dieting with the imbalanced diet, like extreme keto diet, just like the example of that mother or the lady that I told you, you come back to square one again, and then you kind of give up, and one day when you feel motivated or New Year resolution, you start again, back and forth, yo all year. Studies show about 40% of American women are on diet at any point in time when they do the survey. So by doing the healthy lifestyle incrementally with the program, like Awesome Program, you end up with a balanced diet that will stick with you for life. No need to change after the end of your diet. No more confusion of like, after you're done with your diet, then what? And keep being awesome. Love you. Thank you so much for your time. And remember, you're awesome every day. Remember to like and share. And if you find this video helpful, please make comment. Also give feedback. Thank you. Bye for now.